Welcome to the astral sanctum, where the secrets of the universe awaken and your soul's journey begins at this very moment. The tree of life, the hidden structure of consciousness and energy. Have you ever experienced this? A still moment when the noise of the world fades and you feel a faint current of light moving through your body. Not blood, not breath, but something deeper. And in that instant, a realization dawns. I am not breathing air. I am breathing the universe. In the East, the ancient masters called this energy Qi. In the Western mystery schools, it was known by another name, the tree of life. Yet this tree does not grow in the forest. It exists within you, rooted in the depths of consciousness. Every thought, every flicker of emotion is one of its branches trembling in response to the pulse of the cosmos. Today, we journey back to the roots of this inner tree to uncover why some can reshape destiny, while others remain bound by unseen patterns. For the secret lies not in the heavens above, but in the living tree that connects your soul to the universe itself. The Forgotten Map. 3,000 years ago, between the deserts of ancient Judea and the misty mountains of the East, two groups of seekers who had never met discovered the same astonishing truth. The order of the universe is hidden within the structure of consciousness itself. In the West, they called it the Tree of Life of Kabbalah. In the East, it was known as the Map of Qi Channels, or the Principle of Heaven and Humanity as one different names. Same pursuit. Why can thought shape reality? Why can a single shift in perception alter the entire course of one's life? The sages of Kabbalah declared, "The world is not made of matter, it is made of the movement of consciousness." And in the East, the Tao Te Ching had already written, "The Tao gives birth to one, one gives birth to two, two give birth to three, three give birth to the 10,000 things. The one is pure awareness, the two are the polar forces, yin and yang, motion and stillness. The three are the cycles of heaven, earth, and humanity, the endless dance of creation." This is the true secret of the Tree of Life, not a religious symbol, but a living map of reality's energy flow. Every human consciousness is rooted in the unseen, and our thoughts, choices, and emotions are the fruits of that invisible tree. Change the structure of your consciousness, and the entire direction of your life begins to transform. The 10 Gates of Consciousness. If the universe were a vast living tree, then the Tree of Life would be its divine blueprint, its network of roots and branches woven through every layer of existence. The sages of Kabbalah called its 10 emanations the Sephirot, each representing a facet of divine awareness. In the East, these 10 levels correspond to the 10 meridians and the system of 7 chakras and 3 dantians, different languages describing the same eternal truth, how consciousness condenses step by step into reality. Let us begin at the crown. The first sphere, Keter, the crown, is the point of nothingness, the moment of pure inspiration. It's that instant when, in perfect stillness, a thought flashes through you, not from the brain, but from a higher field of awareness. Next come Chokma, wisdom, and Bina, understanding. In Eastern terms, these mirror the eruption of Yang and the receptivity of Yin. One ignites motion, the other gives it form. Without Yang, the world cannot move. Without Yin, it cannot take shape. Together, they form the primordial dance of creation. As energy descends, it divides into Chesed, mercy, and Geburah, power, expansion and contraction, sunlight, and winter wind. When these forces lose balance, chaos follows. Too much mercy leads to confusion. Too much power hardens into cruelty. Thus, Kabbalah places a heart-centered node between them, Sephirot, beauty, the equilibrium of all opposites. In Taoist alchemy, this is the middle dantian, the heart center where motion meets stillness, joy meets sorrow, and harmony is born. From here downward, consciousness becomes more human. Netzach, victory, embodies endurance and action. Hod, glory, governs intellect and expression. Yesod, foundation, holds the subconscious waters of emotion. And finally, Malkuth, the kingdom, the material world where spirit takes form and the invisible becomes visible. From crown to kingdom, from essence to matter, these 10 layers chart the descent of consciousness into form. You might think of it as the gravity of the soul, awareness sinking downward until it becomes body, emotion, language, and action. And the path of spiritual ascent? It is the art of reversal, guiding that same current back upward, from body to heart, from heart to light, the 4 worlds and the descent of energy. If the 10 gates of consciousness are the branches of the cosmic tree, then the 4 worlds are its roots, the living bridge between spirit and matter. Life's energy does not appear all at once. It descends in layers, like a single beam of light passing through crystal after crystal, each layer giving that light more shape, more color, more substance. In Kabbalah, these 4 stages are called Atziluth, the world of emanation, Braya, the world of creation, Yetzirah, the world of formation, and Asiya, the world of action. In the East, their parallels are known as Wuji, the infinite void, Taiji, the great polarity, Qi transformation, and material manifestation. First world, Atziluth, the realm of emanation. Everything begins here, before light, before form, pure awareness itself. In Eastern terms, this is Wuji, the unborn stillness that precedes the Tao, the wellspring of the mind. When you enter deep meditation, that silence you feel is the threshold of Atziluth. Second world, Braya, the realm of creation. Here, consciousness gives rise to intention. A single thought appears like a spark carried on the wind. You imagine a goal, a vision. It has no form yet, but it already exists. In Taoist cosmology, this is Taiji beginning to stir, yin and yang still entwined, yet holding all possibilities within. Third world, Yetzirah, the realm of formation. When intention merges with emotion and imagination, it begins to take shape. This is the domain of Qi transformation, where your beliefs, emotions, and expectations mold the unseen. Think of it this way. If you imagine the future with fear, the image you project into Yetzirah will carry that vibration and eventually echo back into your reality. Fourth world, Asiya, the realm of action. At last, everything becomes tangible. Your words, your choices, your physical actions are the final expression of consciousness made visible. Like a seed ripening into fruit, Atziluth is the spark of intent, Braya the blueprint, Yetzirah the growing process, and Asiya the harvest, the world you can touch. Thus, every event in your life is not random. It is the result of an energetic descent. Change your thought in Braya, and it will shift your emotion in Yetzirah. Change your emotion and your actions, and therefore your outcomes in Asiya will follow. This is the true secret of manifestation. Magic is not supernatural. It is simply the art of aligning with the flow of consciousness, allowing thought to blossom through the 4 worlds into form. The path of ascent refining chi into spirit and the return of consciousness. As consciousness descends along the tree of life, it becomes human. As the human ascends that same tree, he returns to consciousness itself. In Kabbalah, this journey is called the path of return. In Taoist alchemy, it is known as refining chi into spirit and spirit into emptiness. This path is not about escaping the world. It is about awakening within it, making the body your temple, the breath your bridge, and life itself your furnace of transformation. Stage 1. Awareness and purification. Every true path begins with seeing yourself clearly. When anger rises, can you sense the fire at its source? When fear grips you, can you hear the trembling wind beneath it? In Kabbalah, this level is Malkuth, the kingdom, the earthly realm, the root of the self. In the East, it corresponds to the root chakra, Muladhara. Without grounding, no ascent can last. So the first step is not to rise, but to root. Observe your body, your desires, accept them, purify them, let the energy flow freely once more. Stage 2. Refining the breath and rising upward. Once the root is firm, the current begins to rise. You may feel the pulse of life stirring, the fire climbing the trunk of your inner tree. Kabbalah calls this process the middle pillar, while Taoist adepts call it opening the energy channels, letting chi rise through the dantian. Each conscious breath, each act of awareness guides the life force upward, from the base to the heart, from instinct to clarity. When energy reaches the heart center, Sephirot, beauty, your perception begins to transform. You are no longer swayed by external events, but can perceive the deeper meaning behind them. This is the beginning of refining chi into spirit, the alchemy of transformation. Stage 3. Unification with the divine light. When the heart is clear and still, the current continues upward through the throat, the brow, and the crown, until it reconnects with the original light of Keter, the crown. In this moment, you do not leave the world, you return to it in a new way. Taoist masters call this the spirit guarded within, while the Kabbalists call it union with the source. You still breathe, speak, and live, but no longer from fear or desire. You act from a lucid will, aligned with the pulse of the universe. When consciousness completes its ascent, the human becomes a channel of light, both mortal and eternal, both self and cosmos intertwined. The practice of manifestation and the alchemy of the soul. Many believe that spiritual practice means withdrawing from the world, but both Kabbalah and Eastern wisdom reveal the same truth. Real spirituality is not found on the mountaintop, but in daily life. When you live with awareness, every breath, every conversation, every flicker of emotion becomes an opportunity for transformation. Atziluth, the realm of emanation, setting intention. Every action begins with a single thought. When you set an intention, you're not asking the universe for something external. You're summoning it from within. In the stillness of morning meditation, whisper to yourself, "Today, I choose to let my light bring a little more balance to the world." This is not wishful thinking. It is seed planting. The universe does not respond to unconscious desire, only to conscious intention. Braya, the realm of creation, designing the blueprint. Imagination is a form of divine power. In the East, it is called mind-born creation. In Kabbalah, the creative thought of God. When you visualize your future, you're not escaping the present. You're sketching your soul's blueprint in the world of creation. For example, If you seek inner peace, do not force it. Simply close your eyes, see your peaceful self, feel that calm breathing within you. At that moment, you have already activated manifestation in Braya. Yetzirah, the realm of formation, harmonizing. Emotion. Emotion is the pigment of creation. Fear, anxiety, and jealousy blur the image. Love, gratitude, and joy make it vivid. So when emotions overwhelm you, do not suppress them. Let them flow through you like water around stone. To observe and release is the true alchemy. Kabbalah calls this purifying the vessel. Taoist alchemy calls it refining chi into spirit. Asaya, the realm of action, grounding and creation. Intention and energy without action are sparks lost in the wind. True manifestation begins with embodiment. Speak one sincere word. Complete one small act aligned with your purpose. Each moment of kindness, courage, or persistence allows the light of the higher worlds to blossom through the tree of humanity. And then you realize manifestation is not about controlling the world. It is about harmonizing the inner one. When your heart and your intention move as one, reality naturally aligns. This is the alchemy of the soul, using consciousness as fire, the heart as the crucible, and action as the gold. We often imagine spiritual awakening as a kind of departure, a leaving behind of matter, of desire, of the noise of the world. But true awakening is the exact opposite. It is not escape, but deeper participation. When you realize that the tree of life is not somewhere in the heavens, but woven into every energy line within your body, you begin to see. Every breath you take is a conversation between the human and the divine. Every thought is a seed. Every emotion is the rain that nurtures it, and your actions, the sunlight that grants it life. You're not a victim of reality. You are its participant, its creator. Kabbalah whispers, as above, so below. The East echoes, one thought gives birth to 10,000 worlds. Different cultures, same truth. The universe is knowing itself through you. So when the next morning comes and you open your eyes to the light spilling across the wall, do not rise too quickly. Take a long, slow breath. Envision your inner tree of life glowing from root to crown, from heart to heaven. Feel that gentle warmth rising in your chest. It is telling you, you're not seeking the light. You are the light, and this is only the beginning. If you wish to add a touch of gentleness to your energy space, I've placed some lovely items in the description waiting for you. Thank you for joining our exploration. If the call of the stars moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until we meet again in the Astral Sanctum.